Today that I'm running for President of the United States of America.
I'm not a candidate, so we'll see if and when that changes.
And when you kick back, it hurts them more if you're wearing heels. I'm Nikki Haley, and I'm running for president.
Hello, I'm Perry Johnson, and I'm entering the most exciting time in my entire life. I am running for President of the United States, and you're going to be running with me.
Today, I am announcing my run for President of the United States.
I'm announcing that I'm running for the presidency of the United States on your program, and thank you so much for giving me this honor and this platform.
Of course.
Today, I am announcing that I am a candidate for President of the United States.
Governor, a poll show you falling behind Trump. Any thoughts on that?
We are kind of melting the servers.
Have Governor DeSantis make this.
We're just trying to get it going.
I'm not a candidate.
I am officially running for President of the United States, and we are going to make our country great again.
Just as in 2016, a Republican clown car is forming in the race for the 2024 GOP nomination for president. And I am all for it. So let's talk about what's going on. As of today, this is the current list of candidates running for president. Former President Donald Trump, Nikki Haley, Tim Scott, Asa Hutchinson, Vivek Ramaswamy, Larry Elder, Perry Johnson, and Ron Desantis. In addition to this, still likely to get in the race soon are Chris Christie, Doug Burgum, William Hurd, John Bolton, Rick Perry, Mike Pence, and our friend Dr. Taylor Marshall, who we will be discussing soon in an upcoming video, along with a few other potential candidates still considering a run. And of course, we have our current president, Joe Biden, facing off against at least two Democrat primary opponents in Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Marianne Williamson. Maybe more if Biden continues to drop the ball. Not to mention, several people are still considering a third-party bid. Overall, I support this chaos because voters today, especially Republicans, can clearly be divided into either pro-Trump or anti-Trump, MAGA or establishment, America first or America last. What having 15 candidates in this race is going to do is easily break up the anti-Trump vote. People who love Trump are going to stick with him. He has the highest name recognition of anybody in the race, especially among normal people who, unlike us, don't follow the minuscule details of politics. What this also does is show Trump and the American people which politicians are loyal to this movement and who is just grifting off of Trump to get ahead in the Republican Party. This primary is basically over before it is even started. No modern, non-incumbent candidate has ever lost the primary after polling above 50% in that primary. Let's face the facts. Ron Desantis is not a bad governor. In a one-on-one primary, he may have even had a shot at Donald Trump. But the people currently backing his campaign are not aligned with the America First agenda. They are establishment conservatives who want a return to the days of George W. Bush. As we've seen in recent weeks, DeSantis is tanking in the polls. The two frontrunners have exchanged attack for attack, and DeSantis is clearly the one losing votes for it. New establishment-friendly candidates entering the 2024 race continue to steal the anti-Trump market share, which DeSantis had consolidated after his midterm victory. First Nikki Haley, then Asa Hutchinson, and now Tim Scott. These people entering the race have provided other options for anti-Trump voters in the primary, options that are even more friendly to the establishment. Fox News is all but forgotten about Ron DeSantis after the Tim Scott announcement, as Scott is by far the more liberal, establishment Republican. What will happen when Chris Christie and Mike Pence join the race as well? Ron may drop to as low as 15, maybe even 10%. His campaign announcement didn't help either. It was an utter disaster.
We are kind of melting the servers.
Hosted in a Twitter space, there was no video, so nobody could see DeSantis reading his pre-scripted lines, though we could hear it in the cadence of his voice. The site crashed multiple times upon launching, and the audio was awful. The announcement itself had no energy other than feeling robotic and rehearsed. This was not the beginning of a winning campaign, but one in freefall. I suspect that if Ron DeSantis is joined by Chris Christie on the debate stage, we will see a repeat of this 2016 moment.
You see, everybody, I want the people at home to think about this. That's what Washington, D.C. does. The drive-by shot at the beginning with incorrect and incomplete information, and then the memorized 25-second speech that is exactly what his advisors gave him. See, Marco, the thing is this. When you're president of the United States, when you're a governor of a state, the memorized 30-second speech where you talk about how great America is at the end of it doesn't solve one problem for one person.
And then you stayed there for 36 hours, and then he left and came back to campaign. See, those are the facts. Here's the bottom line. This notion that Barack Obama doesn't know what he's doing is just not true. There it is. He knows exactly what he's doing.
The memorized 25-second speech.
Well, that's the reason why this campaign...
Now, I'm not saying Ron DeSantis is awful. I once hoped that he would be the Catholic successor to Trump, but he got into bed with the wrong people to launch this presidential campaign. If he had waited until 2028 and stuck by his once friend Donald Trump this cycle, he could have had everything. But ambition, impatience, and disloyalty led to failure. This clown car of over 15 candidates running for the Republican nomination against the frontrunner, former President Donald Trump, have spelled out a disaster for both the anti-Trump camp and the pass the torch camp in the Republican Party, and will permanently tarnish Ron DeSantis' political future. The torch will inevitably be passed, but to Ron DeSantis, it is seeming less and less likely. Joe Biden has similar problems in the Democrat field. As the incumbent president, he has dropped over 20 points of support in his own party primary to a Kennedy, following the tradition of other Democrat re-election losers LBJ and Jimmy Carter, and giving up another 8% to the whimsical Marianne Williamson, who didn't even break 5% in the 2020 election, is absolutely laughable. All it would take is one serious mainstream Democrat to jump in that race, and Biden could even be at risk of losing the primary, though that seems unlikely as of now. As it stands today, the Democrats are not nearly as united as the Uniparty claims them to be. A third-party unity ticket is even being floated as a means of destroying Donald Trump, but this too will fail. A ticket with a uniparty Republican and a uniparty Dem. This will do nothing but help Donald Trump. As we have stated many times on this channel before, Trump is at war with both parties' establishments, not just the Democrats, but the uniparty as we call it. So to place him up against two uniparty tickets in a general election, one led by an unpopular incumbent and another led by someone crowned by the establishment, would lead to only one likely outcome: a Trump victory in 2024. His base will not be divided, but moderates and independents and even Democrats will be. So yes, I'm in favor of what we are watching unfold in the 2024 primary. Absolute chaos. It will lead to the nomination of Donald Trump next August, and if it continues on both sides, it will lead to his victory next November. It won't be easy, but it will happen. Mark my words. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back soon. Subscribe so you don't miss a thing. Take care, and God bless.